because people are not creating the same. People are not creating with that spark within that light frequency. They're creating with machinery that is responding to them what to do, what to say, like an automatic system, right? They're becoming an automatic system, right? Which they're becoming more programmed at this very moment. And a child that's being birthed at this very moment is gonna grow up with that automatic system, and which some of us, we grew up with not having a lot of machinery, right? We didn't have tablets like this. And I thought this was on. Hold on. Okay. Confirmation. Children right now, they're being birthed into this life with automatic machinery, in which it's gonna be even harder for them to be activated, right? And it was even harder for us without even a lot of technology, right? For the ones that are guided here to hear this message, it was even tougher for us to activate without a lot of machinery that is programming children at this very moment. And now to have a lot of machinery, right? A lot of these technologies, right? These children are gonna have a harder way to activate within their life. And so us right now that grew up in that generation of time, right? If that generation of timeline that didn't have that much machinery and a lot of technology at that time, we're going to be birthing the new way for the children of life, right? And this is why, I'm guided here to state, if you are in your spiritual journey, right, which we are all in, right? But if I'm here to refresh your memory of certain areas that you have suppressed in your childhood, then I'm just that guiding light for you at this very moment, right? Because I don't know how much have you been activated. I'm not in your life, but I'm just this guiding messenger that has received this message. And if you are guided to hear the remaining messages that I will continue at this very moment, then there are still certain areas that has been still suppressed, but we're taking steps, right? Because even if this matrix is going in a fast pace, being centered and flow with the flow of the rhythm of Mother Earth, we have the space to unwind fully, right? The world is lacking human intervention and placing human actions with machines driven operations to reduce human interactions will call you delusional for believing what love means to you and what love language you want to appear as if you are just a dreamer, right? Because at a very young age, right, all a child wants is love and care, right? But some of our parents and everyone else that was surrounding us at that very moment was lacking human interaction because of the booming satisfaction of the birthing of the internet was booming at that time frame. What else was booming at that time frame? MySpace was these brands, right? Facebook was booming at that time frame. Even YouTube was booming at that time frame. So a lot of people were distracted within that awakening status, but us, the children that were birthed into those generations of those past timelines, we are going to be the ones navigating the new generations of these children that are going to be birthed in these households and that are going to be destined to be these guiding light for the next generations of time. The Pisces, my fellow Pisces and the collective, I'm talking to, this message is to y'all. I'm talking to ones that are highly honored and highly favored by being who they are destined to be. If the world inside the matrix life has ones projecting processed normalization to control the human comprehension of distorting the realness at this very moment, we are here to help build, to transform the robotic programming lines, right, that want to reduce our speed of energetic life, because these programs right now want to reduce our light force, right? Because we are gaining more activation, we are gaining more awareness, more awakening to our being, and we are remembering certain areas which will shift any reality of any soul of being at this very moment. The realness of this life is magical. Everyone can't live without the magical ability to turn attraction into gifted love and kindness coming from the universe. So why speak suppression and any lower frequency into the existence over the ones being believers as the pillars of magical forces that are turning a wasteland of darkness into a reality where love and kindness is felt without the need of stealing no one's light, but being the light, the sun kiss to the moon that shares the same glow of radiance, but in a different form of light. I'm here to speak this message to all, but mainly to my fellow Pisces that are gifting life a lifting hand for this planetary shift, right? Using the sacred words to vibrate into the universe of being a divine feminine and a divine masculine is speaking into the existence that magic does exist. We are the beings and the forces of light to create love and peace upon the earth for once inside the matrix, so they can hear the light flowing through our hearts to shift another, right? To turn a heart of stone to feel the sunlight is to create a magical, powerful, emulating current to become a living memory when the soul finally feels the warmth of a true lover, right? Because at this very moment, the ones that are programmed in the matrix that has not taken the precaution to awaken at this very moment, they have ones that are not truly a lover to them. If this is the time frame to go. And so the next day I came into school and I already had the plan, very advanced. They said at a very young age that I was not advanced. I just was not advanced to this matrix programming of life. I was advanced with a higher IQ connected to the divine, but I was not gonna lower my intelligence to speak the same language like these lower frequency of life do. And I knew that in a very young age, and the ones that are here that are guided to hear this message, your intelligence was so advanced that this matrix of this lower frequency of life wanted to measure up your intelligence, which is your true wealth of life, on the right path towards your soul mission, with your angels guiding your steps towards abundance at this very moment, which is your victory. Your abundance could be, more activation, like I said. It could be more wealth. It could be more intelligence being brought into surface. It could be more of everything, because abundance is everything. Abundance is literally frequency as well. You are special to your guardian angels, and they are always close to you, offering guidance and love and support with the divine intelligence on your side. This is a divine message and direct wake-up call for my divine light workers, to embrace your mission with determination, to work on your inner child by aligning daily actions with our higher consciousness to create the purpose, to serve a purpose to our inner child that has been waiting for our insight and our inner wisdom to be released. Trust that your angels are guiding you through this period of change by loving your inner parts that has been suppressed and neglected, unaware that these battles were faced as a child, pushed us to stop the activation state of mind by placing the focus on the outside world, which was the matrix, the war zones, in our past reality. And our past reality was our childhood at this very moment of this lifetime. I'm not talking about past lives. I'm not talking about ancient times. I'm talking about this lifetime. I'm talking about your actual childhood. Collectively joining forces, right? Because that's what a collective does, right? We join together and we unite together, right? We could be in different locations, but we are uniting together. And so this is literally a message of uniting light workers, light beings, light forces, light angels, every existence of life that is assisting, supporting, loving, every current of life, and also the collective of unity of consciousness to be there for the next generations of time. Because like I said, we have been destined to be this guiding light, not only for the family, but these children that need us the most. These children that are being birthed into this life need us the most. Because we've been birthed into those chaotic systems. We've been birthed into that destruction. So we have the wisdom, we have the insight to change their reality, to receive that light. Peace and love, love and light.